Okay, perfect. Okay, good. So, I want to know, how do you feel about people in addiction and being on social media? Do you think it's fair for people to judge them because they always say addicts shouldn't be taking other addicts' inventory?
It's not fair for them to judge them, but it depends how far along they are in their sobriety or recovery to be on social media because you're sensitive.
Correct. Like, for instance, I'm going to show you him, and it's coincidentally he's live right now. So this is him now.
Mm-hmm.
These are him on lives. Passed out.
Could be a trigger warning.
Oh, for sure. But it's like, people who haven't lived through addiction don't understand what it looks like. So you've got people on there that say, oh, he's genuinely tired. Let him sleep. Let him rest.
But they don't understand.
Right. Because how many calls do we get all the time that we've lost somebody? All the time. And they don't understand the severe consequence of it. And it breaks my heart that people will sit in there and still support him. And I'm not all saying support him. Support anyone you want to. But when it comes to sending them gifts, that could be their last few dollars that they have. And then what happens? They're not going to be here the next day. Because it's not legit stuff on the streets right now. Did you know that there's this elephant tranquilizer stuff now that you're using? It's called Tunk. That's the new fentanyl. Tunk. I want to say it's called Tunk, but I'm not sure if I'm correct.
That's why I'm glad I don't. Because it's not. You're not getting what you think you're getting.
No, for sure you're not. Okay, so then you've got that guy, the Calvin, the real Calvin Nelson, and that's the other thing you get subjected to is people making videos about you. There's a positive side to social media.
And then there's the bullies.
There's a negative side too, because you also have toxic people. Regardless, there's gonna be tons in the world, and even if you're doing stuff perfectly, you're still gonna find someone that's got an issue, or
you don't do things perfectly.
Well, exactly. Nobody does, but like. People will nitpick even the smallest
Like if you
things.
think that you have your routine down and your tools that you use, because it's not going to work for someone else, so they're going to judge you on it.
Mm-hmm.
Just like the Suboxone.
I was just going to say that, yeah.
Like, I've seen it work for so many people, and they're still alive.
Correct.
And they're getting their shit cut down.
Correct.
But then there's other people that's judging it because it's still putting a substance into your body. But you know what's in it, and it's keeping you away from the streets and getting the fucking elephant shit. Sorry.
You're okay.
Are we allowed to say that?
Yeah, you can say it. It's okay. It just won't be made for
I'm
kids.
not used to social media. I'm just here.
She's gonna be a regular face, you guys.
I'm just supporting my best friend.
That's right. That's right. And I'm using her knowledge, and we're doing it together. But that's what I think the people that talk crap about Suboxone and that say, oh, I did it cold turkey, right?
Well, good for you.
Right, that's because they were forced to do it that way.
I did it cold turkey. Other people didn't.
And it doesn't always work that way,
I was afraid to go through the withdrawals again because I didn't want to go through the Suboxone withdrawals.
Yes, that is a scary
I
thing,
counted
too.
down the days of pain, like, okay, well, I'm only going to have to go through this for 10 more days.
Right.
Well, oh, God, thank God, I only have 9 more days. Every day it went down another day, and then eventually, 3 months later, I felt normal.
Yes.
Well, partly normal. My head was still not there.
Well, and I'm all for Suboxone. Methadone might be another story. I feel like that's harder for people to come off once you're on it.
Yeah, but it's not ours. It's like different things work for different people.
Correct.
As long as you're going to the doctor and you're trying to work some kind of program, whatever program will work for you. If Suboxone doesn't work for you, maybe try the methadone, but don't give up.
Correct.
Try whatever you have to try and to not die.
Yes, and people don't understand that that's what it takes.
And look at my brothers. They're not even willing to try the Suboxone or try the methadone. They're still...
Yeah.
They're not even strong enough to try different things.
I mean, they're still... I'm not saying this as an excuse for them for being still addicted or whatever. They are young, and I hope they do get it like sooner rather than later, obviously. But it is frustrating when you see especially loved ones that aren't working a program. And you know you can't force them to either.
But being like me and you, we're so far along, and we've done different things, and we've seen different situations, and we got past that like hump of the pain and the suffering and all that.
Yeah.
They don't even give themselves a chance to get to a normal.
But do you remember though when we were even 6 months or a year sober and we were like, oh, this is so amazing. Like we've got so many tools. We know how to do this. We're so far along. Like, we thought we were pros. And then you look back now and you're like, damn, I really had some shit to work through.
A lot.
Like,
and then remember I fell off and you had to come
yep.
get me out of there. You're like, oh no, this is not happening to you.
No, I know, but I also knew that I couldn't force you, because if you taught me anything, it's that you can't force anyone. And you can't, no matter what you say to somebody.
But reminding them of how far that they've gone and what they did to get there.
Yeah.
And then kind of like taking yourself out of the addiction for a second.
Correct.
It might help to open their eyes to get back to where they need to be, because like, what is it, they say relapse is like part of the process.
Like that's forget. What, yeah, because remember I called you because our friend Kayla, who we were in treatment with, right, I saw her probably last summer, and she was on like meth or something, because she was tweaked, and she was driving a car that was all busted. She had another baby, and I was just like, what do I do? Do I call people? Like, do I do something? And you look at it, if you do that, that's just going to cause more chaos. It's going to take the kids away. It's going to disrupt anything good that they do have.
And it might trigger her to
go further.
Yeah. And
then the kids really won't have a mom. Because let's be real, the state services aren't here to help you. They hurt you more than anything.
Nope. They're all about money.
Yes, they don't offer you the help. They don't offer classes. They don't do none of that. It's pathetic, quite honestly. And I found even CPS, no one can get in trouble there. There's no one ahead of them. And I called the legislature because I was so curious about it. And they said someone would have to create an independent party, write out a bill, see if it would get passed for somebody to hold them accountable. But other than that, nobody holds them accountable. And it shouldn't be that way. So speaking of like that stuff, right, there's a girl on TikTok. She sells makeup boxes. Her name is Maya. And she first came on saying she had stage 4 pancreatic cancer. Okay. Then it came out, she started nodding online, and it was like people started picking up on her behavior. And if you have stage 4, you wouldn't be living here 2 years later.
No.
So
pancreas?
Yeah, pancreatic cancer is what she said, stage 4. And I was like, no way. There's no absolute way. And so she kept going. She let that go. And now she was selling makeup boxes, but she kept nodding on live. She even fell and knocked stuff off. She put glue in her eye thinking it was eye drops. Nail glue. When she was at the jump park with her kids.
And I mean, it's sad watching stuff like that.
But when you're putting yourself on social media like that, you're open to criticism. You know what I mean? Like, you want to be private and you don't want people in your business, then don't be online putting it out there.
No, but that's just like when when I was in active addiction and I do it, and I didn't think that nobody can tell.
Yeah. No,
I thought I was full in the world.
Yeah. No, you're right. You do.
I was in active addiction going to work.
Yeah.
Going in the bathroom every 5 minutes to get my fix and thinking that nobody noticed.
Right. No.
So when you're like living in it, you don't see it how other people see you. You
just
think you're fooling everybody.
Right, but now what we didn't have people filming us when we were high like that, so we weren't able to go back and see what we looked like. But now, do you think her looking back at those videos, she doesn't think like, wow, that's what I look like?
In active addiction, you know what she's thinking?
What?
She's thinking, what excuse can I give?
Probably right. Which is why she says all the time she's tired, she has medicine that she takes, and blah, blah, blah.
You're going to make up every excuse to hide it.
So she disappeared in November, and everyone thought she was getting clean. Because she said she got a 9-to-5 job, she's doing classes, so people were like, oh, good, they're rooting for her. No. People looked up her record, found out she got arrested for petty theft. She has a warrant right now, and she's on live again, selling makeup boxes. And she has her kids.
What did they tell us when we were in recovery for people like that?
I don't remember what.
Pray for them.
I know. And listen, I do. I think about her a lot. I hope she gets it together. And I'm not one of those people that would make pages and, like, do all of that stuff. But people do need to be aware to an extent that it is going on, and you can be supportive about it. You don't need to enable it and send money or buy things, because let's be real, with the stuff that she's buying, you're contributing to her
She's
demise.
really nothing that nobody can do. Though.
No, but just stop. Like, people.
But in 2 years from now, if she does get sober and she does look back on these videos, she's gonna be like, "Wow, I wasn't fooling anybody."
No, she's not. But I just wish people saw it. You know, because do you think maybe if
I'm
enough
sure people see it.
Do you think maybe if people stopped supporting, would she be, and not being negative, but like being supportive in a positive way, but not enabling the addict behavior? Do you think that would be a wake up call? Like, she'd be like, wow, not even people want to like buy anything?
Yeah, but you can't control what other people do.
No, you can't. You can't.
So then there's like the older guys on there that are like sugar daddies that expect something from her. They're not gonna stop sending her shit. You know?
Oh my god. Speaking of that, have you seen this guy come across the FYP? Who, he's like, it's his daddy Zad or some shit, and he cuts his face off from here down, and he's always standing in like some silver or gray shorts, just pushing it out there.
No.
And yeah, baby, I like those roses. What
No.
are you saying?
No.
Oh my god. And there was one other one I saw this morning. I swear, I don't know what happened on it was like, on my page. Like, they were but you could see it was a blanket, and there was lots of movement, and you could see skin. And you're just like, is this for people to like have an imagination of thinking what it could be? Or are you actually doing some foul stuff?
Was it live?
Yes.
Oh, that's them getting money.
It blows my, and you click on their profile and there's no videos. There's followers and following, but there's no videos or any likes or anything. But
And that's sad because there's kids out there.
Yes. And I was thinking that too. I'm like, I hope to God my son doesn't swipe and see any of this stuff. Because sometimes my son and I end up seeing some of the same videos, and we'll talk about it. Like, did you see this video? Oh, yeah, I saw it earlier. And I was like, oh, I wonder how similar our FYPs are.
I hope not.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so then, right, there's this other one. We'll just go through it. I mean, I know you really can't help an addict. I get that. I understand it. And I just wish I could help. I guess I wish I could help them all and make them stop. But I know they're not going to. I mean, shit, look at what it took for me. Oh.
Both of
And
us.
we both had to want it.
Felonies.
Yes.
I went to freaking Burger King and they were like, oh, I'm sorry, we can't hire you. And then I went because my friend worked there. She's like, oh, don't worry, it's not theft or violence, so I can talk to HR. I couldn't even get a fucking job at Burger King.
Oh my gosh.
And when I was in drug court, that's what I had to do, is I had to know people so they can unflag me to HR just for me to get a job. So it meant so much to me to get through that drug court, because how else would I be able to work?
Yeah. No. That's what I was trying to do. I was trying to expunge. There's expunge and seal is what I'm learning. And you can only expunge and seal certain ones. And you can only do so many. And I was sitting there thinking, like, what? Like, you take 2 off of my record. Okay, I still got 3, 4 other ones.
I didn't get that far. I got one and I got it off and I didn't mess up again.
You're lucky. You're so lucky. My dumbass did it. Not once, not twice, but 3 times. The same charges.
No, yeah, I didn't. I got really lucky. I
wish.
Yeah, I got through that drug court. I paid off all my fines and it got expunged, and now I don't have to worry about background checks.
Because with the program, that's the deal. You finish and you get through and it gets off your record. Yeah, I had that. I was dumb.
Yeah, I didn't mess up that. But I knew a lot of people through my program that had messed up, and they were like, don't mess up, don't mess this up, because you're not going to get this chance again.
Right. No, you won't. Because then they kick you out, and then you have to either serve your time or you do your probation or whatever.
But addiction's crazy, because sometimes I didn't care.
No.
They had to force me to go in treatment. Where I met you.
Yep.
They had to force me to do that, and I kept saying I'm gonna leave every day. Every time we went on any trip, I was like, I'm out.
I so wish you were one of my roommates. Do you remember who my roommate was? I forget what her name was, but do you know who she reminds me of on TikTok?
Who was she?
She was, what was her name? She was the one that snitched on me for having the phone.
I don't remember.
But I totally forget her name, but yeah, that's who she reminds me of. She was very...
They put me with Kara. She had to have her alone time from like 8 to 9 or 9 to 10 or something.
And I remember how okay you were with it. Like,
okay.
I'll go sit and chill in the TV room.
Like, go ahead, do whatever you want to do.
Oh, it is so nasty. She was a whole nother level.
She still is.
She says don't judge her, and she's on there every
Judging
time.
everybody.
Yes, every little comment she would see on social media, she had some clap back for it. And it's like, girl, what are you doing with
She
your
likes
life?
the drama, though.
She does. I mean, I do too. I like a little spice in my life, but I
Remember-
don't like to be in it.
You would be pulling my hair in those discussions because you just wanted her to shut up.
I couldn't stand her. Your hair was so long, it was like down to your butt.
Yeah, and you'd be like yanking it.
Yes. It was so bad. The groups with her were horrible. But you know what? We ended up all getting along because she is kind of funny.
Maybe that's why most of us are still sober.
Could be. Could be. Very well.
It was torture.
Danielle. Her name was Danielle.
Danielle.
She had the kids. And I actually looked her up on Facebook like a year or two ago.
I think I know who you're talking about, but she doesn't
She's
remind
still in
me of
addiction.
that person.
She's still in. Well, she was 2 years ago, so I don't know. How do you feel about Special K?
What is that? Oh, no. I don't know much about it, but I don't even see how... I don't know anything about it to speak on it.
So when I did a lot of research about it, right, I guess in some ways it can be healthy if you're doing it in certain amounts, but it's just like an opiate. You get the
What
withdrawals.
addict does things in certain amounts?
There isn't one.
Okay.
So that's why now people have seizures, because if you take too much of it, it'll cause a seizure.
Is it supposed to be all natural?
Yes, it's supposed to be. So they give it in a powder, and you can either take it and put it in your tea, or you can put it in capsules. And the capsules are like horse pills, man. They're like huge. So those are the two ways that you can do it. But it gives you a high. You get a high from it.
So do you know anybody that's ever done it or told you about it?
So the girl that I was watching, Dre McCrae, she switched from a whatever life to a holistic life, and she started taking all these herbs, passion flower, sarsaparilla root, and all this other crazy stuff. Kratom was one of them, and we believe, and she even said it to the cops, that she thinks that the kratom is what was causing her husband's seizures. And he had them for like a year straight. And she wouldn't give him medicine. He wasn't allowed to take seizure medicine. She made him take herbs instead to try to keep seizures at bay, because the pharmaceutical medicine just was bad for the body.
Well, I don't take pharmaceutical medicine either,
But I mean, if it's to stop having seizures, I'd be like, okay, take it. Like, don't not take it, because
you'll die without it.
Yeah, and she was on a live one time for quite some time while he was having a seizure. And then he, kind of wanted to end his life.
Well,
he was in a
that
bad
whole
spot.
situation, I follow you on TikTok, and I could never understand what the whole McCrae thing was about. Like, I did it in the search bar, but I couldn't...
It's more a lot on Facebook and YouTube, but he wanted to, that. So he went to the shed, she found him there, and people wanted to say she was the cause of it, and now he's in a coma, and he's complete vegetable state forever, and he's at the hospital. So Dre won't let his mom see him, his dad see him, nobody see him. And she was putting her spit on his hand and putting it on his face and shit.
Why?
She said that stuff transfers through saliva. Something transfers through saliva or something like that. So she was trying to heal him.
And your sister is in the Reiki, so you don't need spit to heal somebody.
That was just weird. It was weird, I'm not gonna lie.
You use your hands.
Correct.
But you don't use spit.
Correct. It sucks, because that's going to be who he is for the rest of his life, and it's just sad his family can't see him and do things like that. But now she's back on social media, and she's basically saying she's broke. And she's like, I need to start making money again. It's one of the things that she said when she came back. And if I'm going to give updates, or if people are going to get updates about Bonnie, it might as well come from me, since everyone else is making money off of his name.
TikTok changed up everything. Social media used to be for fun.
Mm-hmm. But then pandemic happened, and everybody wanted to start getting on social media.
When did it start? Like, where do they get the money to pay people for it?
Who? Social media?
Yeah.
I have no...
Like all the advertising?
Yeah, that's true. But people do pay in a lot to it, because you can buy followers, you can buy likes, you can buy boosts or whatever. I just saw they ask...
and like when you're in your live and I put the roses and stuff.
Yeah, and people get the gifts too, and you have to buy those, yes. But I wouldn't understand why people would want to buy followers, because I feel like when you're buying followers, that your account is easily targeted to get reported and taken down and things like that.
Well, and another thing is a lot of them are scams because, like, mine, I'm over 1,000 now, which a lot of them are real because I did a video with you and my stuff blew up. But other than that, before that, it was, like, all scam people. Like, probably 500 of those 1,000 are, like, five of the same country singer that's not really a country singer that's in my inbox asking me for money for concerts.
Stop it.
No, I swear, they act like they're Chris Young or something. And they're like, hi, you're beautiful.
Oh my God.
And if it was, like, someone with a mental issue that wasn't very smart.
I have that. That happened. So this JJ, her name's JJ's own, right? Her mother is on social media. And that happened to her. They said it was, who's J-Lo's ex-husband? What's his name? Mark Anthony, yes. So JJ's mom swore she was talking to Mark Anthony. She was sending this person money.
Yes. If they're rich, why are they asking you for money?
Yes, exactly.
Girl, I got a whole conversation about that. So there's a girl at my work, and she follows the BTK, which I didn't even know who they were until she told me.
BTK.
It's like a Korean boy band.
I don't think it's BTK, because BTK is the BTK
murderer.
killer.
Okay, well, like BTS or something.
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
Okay, yeah, because I'm of course I would say BTK because I'm a murder whatever person. But
Conspiracy,
so
crime junkie.
this girl is deaf, and you can tell she obviously has mental issues. And every day at work, she shows me like, look, you know, like, this guy really likes me. He's going to come visit me for over 2 years. And she was sending him money, and he was hacking her bank accounts.
Stop.
No, I'm not even joking. And I told her a million times that it's a scam, but she doesn't comprehend. I think she's, like, the age of a 8 to 10-year-old in her head. So she doesn't comprehend. Her mom had to come up there and, like, change her accounts for work.
Oh
She
my
shouldn't even be in
God.
charge of her
No.
own money. And,
No.
she said, like, she swears they're coming to visit her. So my friend went to their concert recently with her daughter, and I'm like, oh, look, they're in town. She went, oh, he didn't even call and tell me. I'm trying to tell her, like,
Right,
girl,
you're trying to be nice
if
about
he's on
it.
tour, he's making money. Do not give him your
Mhm.
last $300. Like, that is, yeah. Yeah, she won't.
And can you imagine her saying that to other people?
She tells the whole job
And
this.
they're like, are you, like, what is wrong?
It's a scam. We're trying to tell
Yeah,
her it's a scam.
yeah. She oh, how embarrassing.
It's-
Oh, how
and
embarrassing.
Yeah, I feel bad for her. But, like, that's all that is on TikTok and, like, this stuff nowadays is all these people trying to scam people out of money.
No, it is.
And I think that's
It
a
is.
bigger issue than everything else that's going on is they need to get
It
the
is.
scam accounts down.
Like, there's a guy on... Here's my thing. If you're going to be an addict on the app, I don't care. But when you're sitting there begging for money and people think you're being honest that it's for food or gas or something, and I know damn well that it's for your addiction, I'm going to have an opinion. I'm sorry, because I've lost too many people and I'm sick of seeing it. So there's this one guy, Justin, he's on there every single day, lives in Ohio, says that he has to drive an hour to work and an hour home. And every day he's on there saying he needs gas money till Friday, till he gets paid. Then he disappears Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And he's back Monday doing the same thing. So nobody's caught on like, oh, well, if he's gone Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, and he's going through his money that fast, hello?
I don't know.
And his parents, his family's even gotten in the chat and been like, stop doing this. Like, what are you doing? You know your family would help you. You're just, whatever, XYZ. But that's what I'm saying. Like, I even privately messaged him, and I was like, listen, I'll be here if you want to talk. I understand where you're at. You know, I'm not judging you. But it's frustrating because there are seriously people that could use it and benefit from it that are too afraid to even ask because of people like this. And I guess that's where it makes me mad. I don't care that you're using. Go ahead and use. You're going to do it regardless. But I think it's when the money comes in that...
Just making it easier for them.
Yeah. I don't think
But there's
that's fair.
nothing that you can do, and that's why I always tell you.
I know, and it's frustrating, and I always keep my mouth shut. I always keep my mouth shut. I don't have opinions about it, but it hurts my heart. It hurts my heart. There was one couple that I had to
Would
walk
they
away
say,
from.
like, accept the things you cannot change?
Right, and that's what I did. Listen, you'd be so proud of me. There was this couple, they're from Ohio as well, right? And I was being supportive of them. And then I started catching on. Like, she got on live once and she just zonked out. And here's the thing. When you have, and I'm not saying this with a big ass fucking head either, and it's annoying. So whenever you have a bigger platform and people know you're connected or mutuals with someone else and they do something wrong, people automatically think you have to make a statement on it. And you don't, because it's not my life. I didn't make that choice. You know what I'm saying? I don't need to publicly announce anything. And I can privately walk away.
Yeah.
And that's what I did. And I told her that. I sent her a private message. And I'm just like, listen, I can't associate myself with you right now. I still want to be supportive of you and I'll still be here for you. But I'm just going to step back and let you do your thing and work things out. She took offense to that. Said I was a horrible person. I wasn't being a friend.
And that's reflecting.
And I'm like, okay, well, I am. I'm not like making videos bashing you. I'm not talking shit about you. I'm just saying I need to step back. Because then the next day she's on live nodding out, and I'm like, I can't support it. You know, you can do what you gotta do. I'm not hating on your life. That's like what I was dealing with, like, you know how you had your old using friends and you had to separate yourself from them, and they still were your friends, you know, regardless you were using, you guys did screwed up shit, right? But they're still your friends. And now here you are 5-6 years from not seeing them, and half of them are dead.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, so those are the years that I left them, that I could have spent with them. But would I have been in a good spot too? So I don't know. It's just hard to know when you lose people.
But that's why you got to be on your own path.
Right.
And you met those people, and you guys came along each other on that path. You met for a reason. You learned something or whatever, and then got to keep going on the path.
Yeah. Can you imagine if I wouldn't have met Frank, one person who came to my job in North Olmsted when I was a bartender at 21? If I would have never met him, I would have never met my husband. I would have never met, like,
Butterfly effect.
Justin. Like, anybody. Literally, that's one person that would have done so much difference to my life.
Uh-oh. Sorry.
Oh, it's amazing trouble. You guys look how cute she looks. She looks so damn sexy.
I had to get cute for my girl.
Yay. I like it. Sorry, I'm slumming it. I got this from Forever 21, $10. Forever 21. No, Charlotte Russe. Did you know Charlotte Russe still exists?
Yes,
I didn't
like
know.
that store.
And it's in Strongsville, and I was like, oh my god.
I like Rue 21 too, but Forever 21 I don't really like.
No, that's what I meant, Rue 21. I like Rue 21 too.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I didn't know that it still existed, so that's where I got these. I don't like how the hair is.
Girl,
sitting.
that's all I own is sweatpants. I went to Ross the other day.
That's all I like to
And
wear.
I got these really
Those are
cute
cute.
jeans for $13.99. They're the wax jeans that make you look like you got a big butt, even though I have one anyways. I'm like, oh, maybe they'll give me a lift. But and then like a pair of Guess jeans for like $17.99. The high-waisted ones are really cute, but I'm so short. I want the mom-looking jeans, but I can't.
But I was gonna say, because you're so short, won't they go down to the floor anyway?
Well, I'm already a little bit wide, so the skinny jeans like kind of give me a figure, but the straight leg ones kind of like just make me look like Humpty Dumpty.
Okay, I see what you're saying.
Even do
I
it.
see what you're saying.
And they're all coming back in style. I'm like, please don't do this to me
I
because
know.
the skinny jeans give me a little bit of a figure.
I like the bell-bottom jeans.
I do too,
Those
but
ones
girl,
are cute.
I
They're
am
not.
4'10". So what kind of belt? I'm gonna have to go get them from the little girls section or something, because I ain't gonna fit in the women's ones.
Oh my god.
The bells are gonna come out where my feet are.
Yeah, they will.
Yeah.
Maybe they have short people sites.
I used to get back in the day when they were in style, the bell bottoms. I used to go to Express and pay tons of money for them, and because they have the petite short, and
Yes,
those are the
yes.
only ones that would fit me.
I forgot about those.
But like if I go to any other store,
Right.
they don't make short clothes.
No.
I think I'm about to buy a sewing machine.
She's gonna start sewing now. Her own clothes. Okay, well then, we'll figure out as we go along, you guys, what we're gonna do. So if there's any certain topics you guys want to cover, or have us cover, just put it in the comments. Because I think Sunday's gonna be like gossip day. Maybe Monday we'll do another topic. But we're just starting this off, so we'll see where it goes. See how much you guys like us together. Because I know you guys will.
We're pretty comical.
You guys will probably like her more than me.
Oh,
and that's
stop!
okay.
That's because she's my evil half.
Yes, that's why I said it'd be a good thing for both of us, because you are the good side, I'm the evil side, and we balance each other out. I'm not saying evil.
Sometimes she calls me and she's just like, "What do I do?" And I'm just like, "Pause.
You gotta stop and shut
Let the
your
anger
mouth.
go before you make any comments."
Yes, just shut your mouth. Zip it. That's what I've been doing a lot too, and it's hard. It's really
She's
hard.
actually grown a lot in the past 5 years, 7 years. Is it 7 years now?
6.
2015 is when I met you.
Yes.
And that's almost 8 years in May or something.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so in almost 8 years.
I was always.
You wouldn't even have recognized her 8 years ago. She never kept her mouth shut. Never.
No, I never.
Everybody
did.
hated her. I still am afraid to bring her around my boyfriend because I'm like, listen, she's my best friend and I love her.
I can keep my mouth shut. You know, I know opinions aren't meant to always be spoken on now, and I understand that, and that's what I'm going to be doing, so it's okay. We got it. We're good. It's all gravy.
I don't know, what else could we talk about on these things?
I don't know. There's going to be a lot of stuff. There's going to be a lot of people in the comments. There's going to be a lot of different things. We'll have someone come on and talk about it, or, like, different things. Like, I think Sunday I wanted to do just, like, the gossip stuff, and we could have our opinion about it. Then Mondays we could do like addiction, or we could do Sunday and addiction. And then Monday we could do whatever other topic. Hell, we could even do meetings. You know, like, I don't know. Okay, thanks for watching. Hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, and we'll see you guys tomorrow.